Welcome back, everybody. All right, so today we are going to be doing a lot of things, but firstly, we're gonna start in Persia. It's been a while since I came to this part of the world, but please, before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we are actually at the time of making this video. Let me pull it up here. At the time of making this video, I am only 13 subscribers away from hitting my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So please help me hit that goal, and yeah, let's begin. So if you remember, because it's been a very long time, this part of Persia is controlled by these guys. This part is controlled by these guys. This big part, which also has the capital in it, is controlled by these guys. And I have no idea what this is. Genuinely, I don't remember. If anyone does remember, actually, I doubt anyone remembers what this is. I think this is like claimed by a different country, maybe these guys. Either way, all of the oh no, maybe this is like actual Persia and this is controlled by these guys. I think that's what that is. Hmm. Anyway, that doesn't matter because all of these Persias are going to be united. Because remember, the blue team kind of like is starving this out by cutting, by closing all their borders. So Persians all over decide to absolutely riot. One day, decide to absolutely riot, and then two, they also decide a lot of Persians immigrated to like a lot of different countries and left Persia, and a lot of the and one big like really big country that they went to was one Azerbaijan, two this thing. Okay, hold up. Let's. These are countries with the most Persians in them. Number one, Persia. Number two, Stanistan. Number three, Azerbaijan. Number four, the red team. And number five, I think probably these guys. But anyway, in all these countries, there is an absolute riot. Also, stay hydrated. So in all these countries, there's an absolute riot, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the rioting gets really bad, and the riots are for United Persia, like not for Persian independence even, just for United Persia. And I think these guys all collectively agree to finally unite this and share control. However, really Stan controls this. These guys don't. Actually, these guys are going to be the only ones that are going to be really mad. They're not going to do it because they're also under red team protection. So now they're not really that scared of Stan. So they're not going to do it. They're going to keep their portion. These guys are going to do it, and then whatever that thing was is going to do it. However, none of this is enough because the Persian rebels, with the help of the blue team, are finally going to launch another invasion. Actually, not with the help of the blue team. I remember the blue team absolutely hates these guys, but they're going to launch another invasion, and this invasion is going to be what they're going to call is going to be the liberation of Persia. You can barely see this. Oh, that might be. I see. I see what I did. I colored it all. Uh, okay, there we go. Anyways, so yeah, these guys are gonna launch the invasion, and it's a little bit hard to see this color. Like you can just barely make it out. Now they're gonna go really fast, and at this point, Stan even is kind of just like done with Persia, and so as the capital is encroached on, these guys find the capital actually has like absolutely nobody like protecting it, and so as the capital falls, the king is like, or whoever was in charge is kind of like oofed, and the entirety of Persia just like collapses. And these guys uh transfer the land is transferred without really any hesitation to these guys, while this little chunk is, I'm not gonna lie, I think these guys should at this point just annex this, and I think they will. They will just like go ahead and annex this. Um, so yeah, that's gone. That's like that's just gone. And yeah, honestly, if I'm being honest, everyone knew that Persia wasn't really gonna last under Stanistan's control. Stanistan itself has kind of like collapsed completely. Like they used to be a very big powerhouse, not so much anymore. I think the world used to revolve around them inside of Asia. Now I think the world revolves around the Mughals much more. However, even the Mughals after last episode, or like episode before that maybe, have completely like collapsed from within. Whereas I think This is under these guys. This is under these guys. This is under these guys, and these three in the triangles under rebel government, and then this is all uncolonized, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, next up, we're actually gonna have Stanistan trying to recover a lot of their power, because the king of this empire. Because if you remember, the gray area is kind of like the Holy Roman Empire. There is one guy who kind of like controls the things inside of this, and he's gonna be killed. Not killed. He's gonna die. But the prince who's gonna take charge is gonna be chaotic because this guy kind of like isolated the empire from the rest of the world. So like whoever takes power, it won't really matter to outside countries who takes power. And so I'm not going to lie, it's going to be absolute hell on earth. Because right when this happens, rebellions begin everywhere to like um change the empire itself. People want to basically dissolute the empire because the outside of the empire right now in almost every country that has land outside and inside, the outside is more prosperous than the inside. And the people inside are kind of just done because the empire is like not really helping them at all. So there's going to be absolute destruction across the entirety of the Holy Roman Empire thing. And basically, any country inside of this thing that is not supporting the rebellions, they just want to collapse that country's government. Now, three countries are supporting this, and that's going to be Caspian Republic, these guys, and these guys. Stanistan. All those guys are supporting this. No one else is supporting this. And Stanistan, they're supporting it a bit too much because they launch under the name of bringing democracy to the region and destroying the empire once and for all. They actually launch an invasion, and a lot of people are saying this is absolutely a fake reason because they kind of kill a lot of rebel troops as well in the process. However, no one really says anything because obviously it's weakening the other governments, so rebels are happy. Rebels actually take complete control of this entire state, and the president of this state is forced to step down, and he kind of loses the control. So the two northern states are just gone already. These guys surrender to Caspia. Like Caspian troops kind of enter the region a little bit, and then these guys immediately surrender to them. So they're gone. These guys are going to do the same thing, exact same thing that the Stanistanis are doing. They're gonna also launch an invasion into the land of these middle guys because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for the middle guys. Like they're losing land fast. Actually, their capital is also going to be destroyed in this new invasion. So yeah, they're gonna lose all of that, and then this rebel thing is actually gonna join the Caspians, not the Caspians, Stanistanis. And yeah, Stanistan is quickly gonna take the rest of the country. These guys being the only one left are actually completely gonna get destroyed by the rebel government. Like the rebel government is gonna absolutely steamroll these guys, and the kingdom has officially collapsed.
All right, so taking a look at this peace treaty, um, all of these states remain the same. However, they are under their own respective leaders and in kind of cahoots with each other. I forgot to erase this little part. Yeah, Caspia annexed this little country. These guys annexed their part. Stanistan annexed its part. I think Stanistan. No, if we're talking about territory gained, technically the rebels won because they went from like 0 to 100. But really, it was Stanistan because like I think Stanistan in terms of the amount of land, not the percentage, I think Stanistan gained more. But like if we talk about actually important land, I think these guys probably got the best deal because they got the capital of this state. Like all of this was like useless. Anyways, though, that empire has officially now dissolved. The Holy Roman Empire type thing, no longer something that we need to. Oh my god, that we need to worry about. Next thing, let me check my notes. Uh, Balkan Romania. Ah, yes. So Romania's other counterpart in the Balkans, it's going to actually annex two little small states. It's going to be these two. They're going to now be annexed completely into the Balkans. And that is going to probably make Athens really mad. Athens? Wait, what is this? I think these guys are called Athens. I don't know, like Neo Athens, something like that, but they're like the new version of the Athens thing from a while back. So it's gonna make them mad because these guys wanted like all of Greece and the Balkans for themselves. But yeah, with that, I guess we have a little bit of time left, so I'll just give you guys an updated ranking of the GDP and stuff like that, and then we'll end this video. I'm sorry it was a little bit short, but I am a bit sick. So firstly, the blue team. Or nope, wrong thing. Like GDP. Okay, so GDP, how much money the countries have. GDP, I think nominal, and then purchasing. Oh, should I do purchase? I will do purchasing power as well. Firstly, just GDP normal. I think it would be blue team number one. Right, still obviously blue team number one by a long shot. Crimea number two. Mughals were previously number three. However, I think the civil war basically killed their economy forever. Like at least for a while. It will take a while for that to recover. Um, I think number three I will give to probably Stanistan, who's currently at 10 trillion. Because remember, the red team fell to 5 trillion, which like it puts them at number four actually. So yeah, red team is number four. Stanistan number three, red team number four. But like number four out of all these countries is good and all, but like, come on, bro. Seriously, look at how big the red team is, and then look at how big all these other countries are. Like, 5 trillion across all of this is nothing. Even in our modern day, like real life, all of the US is like still 25 trillion, right? You know how much, like 4 trillion? I'm pretty sure like Japan is 3 or 4 trillion in real life. So, like, 5 trillion across all of this Europe, Africa, Middle East, 5 trillion, and North Siberia. I mean, that's not that much. 5 trillion across all of that is like nothing, especially considering normally I don't do they're fourth, right? So there's a fifth country as well. Fifth, I think I'm gonna give to the Polish, who are at 4.5 trillion. This small of a country, 4.5 trillion. Like, oh, actually, maybe not Poland, maybe France. Actually, yeah, France is 4.8 trillion. Poland is 4.5 trillion, so they're like really close with each other. I think France takes that edge just a little bit. But like that's crazy. This is such a small country compared to all of this. So yeah, I think Red Team's struggling. If you remember, their economy was completely killed, and they had to pay back how much? Wait, they were at 85 trillion or like 65 trillion, and then when they had that little war with the blue team, how much did they have to pay? They had to pay like 30, 35 trillion, something crazy like that. They had to pay for reparations. So I think from how much they've probably paid so far, and if they're at 5 trillion right now, I think we'll just say they have like 20 trillion left to pay. So they're going to be negative 15 trillion by the end of like the reparations. Red team is like insanely cooked. I'm going to be honest. They're like so insanely cooked. Next thing we're going to do is, so we did GDP. Military. Yes, military. Who has the best military? Firstly, GDP per capita. Actually, let's just do that real quick. It's like how rich the people are. I'm assuming you guys know what GDP per capita is, because I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I think it's like something like how rich the people are. Anyways, number one is gonna be Crimea. Number two is gonna be the blue team. Number three, I'm gonna say is actually gonna be Bengal. Number four is gonna be. Hmm, 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 hmm. Number four is gonna be Georgia, and number five is gonna be Caspia. I think these guys are gonna become major powers soon. I feel like it. And then uh, military will actually divide it up this time. I'll do an overall military ranking, but first, military in terms of land military and then navy military. Okay, so land military, I think number one is probably the blue team. Number two is probably the red team. Number three, I would argue, is probably the Mughals. Even still, actually, no. I don't think the Mughals can really qualify for anything because the national military is kind of just disbanded right now. So I think Shanghai probably has the third best land military. Fourth is Crimea. Fifth is Poland. Now Navy. First is Blue Team. Second is probably Crimea. Third is the Red Team. Fourth, I'm gonna say is Shanghai. Fifth, hear me out, Philippines. And then overall military is probably 1 blue team, 2 red team, 3 Crimea, 4 Shanghai. And then fifth, I'm gonna say Poland. Either Poland or the Philippines. Okay, last thing, what's left? We did GDP, we did GDP per capita, we did economy. Uh I think just overall the best countries who are just winning the series right now. Number one blue team, however, I feel like they've been number one for a long time, but I feel like that's about to change soon, especially with the entire world kind of starting to hate on them. Because red team was like at the top, and then everyone started hating on them, and then they fell so far down. So number one overall is the blue team. Number two is probably Crimea. Honestly, like they're pretty good. Number three, red team. Number four overall best country. I'd say Shanghai probably. And number five, I'm gonna give it to Indonesia. Like they are one of the only countries whose economy is still a little bit growing, and they just survived, and they like almost got completely taken over by the red team. Actually, they did get completely taken over. It was just like this north stuff left, and they're still one of the only countries that are somewhat growing. So like clearly they're one of the best. So yeah. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it was a little bit short. Hopefully, it will be back to normal next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.